I've spent the better part of 3 decades running steel and alloy-framed pistols, and back in the day, polymer guns were just seen as budget-friendly workhorses, not something you'd bet your life or match score on. But today, the story is damn different. What's up, everyone? This is Scott from Line45, and today we're talking about a different breed of polymer pistols, ones that don't just hold their own but might actually leave some of your favorite metal-framed guns in the dust. Before anything else, let me do this quick plug. Hit the like and subscribe buttons, all the buttons that you can see below. Don't forget to leave a comment too. I know it feels like a hassle, but those things help my channel a lot. Now let's get back to the good stuff. FN 509. I've always said if FN puts something out, it's worth paying attention to, and the FN 509 is no exception. I got into it originally because I was looking for something duty tough that wasn't another Glock clone. What I didn't expect was just how much this polymer pistol could hold its own against the kind of steel-framed guns I'd been carrying for years. FN's been building firearms for military contracts all over the world, and with the 509, you can feel that pedigree the minute you run your first mag through it. This isn't some plastic gun that's going to start rattling apart after a couple thousand rounds. It's built to take abuse and keep going. The grip was the first thing that really jumped out at me. That aggressive texture wraps all the way around, and it doesn't let go. Not when your hands are wet, not with gloves, not when you're doing rapid mag dumps under the sun. I've run mine through some pretty rough training courses, and I never once felt like it was slipping or shifting. Add in those interchangeable back straps, and it's like the gun molds to your hand. You don't see that level of fit and retention on a lot of polymer guns, and it's something I really respect about the 509. The cold hammer forged barrel, which is an FN signature, is another place where this pistol earns its keep. I am using the tactical version, so it's running the 4.5-inch threaded barrel, and it has stayed laser straight through thousands of rounds. It chews through steel-cased or brass just the same, and the groups stay tight even under heat. And then there's that low-profile optics mounting system. It's the cleanest red dot mounting system I've used on a striker-fired pistol. I threw a Trijicon RMR on it and was running drills in minutes. No plates, no weird spacers, no worries. The trigger feels solid, probably around 6 pounds on mine, and breaks clean with a short reset. Is it a match trigger? Number. But it's exactly what I want in a carry or duty pistol: crisp, predictable, and dependable under stress. And with ambidextrous controls, a full 1913 rail, and that tank-like PVD-coated slide, the FN 509 doesn't just compete with metal-framed pistols, it outlasts half of them. This thing wasn't built to sit in a safe. It was made to run hard. Sig Sauer P320. Back when the US military made the switch to the Sig Sauer P320 as the new M17 and M18 platform, I remember thinking, all right, let's see if this thing lives up to the hype. I'd been running steel guns for years, 1911s, Berettas, you name it, and I wasn't sure if a polymer-framed duty pistol could ever match the feel and performance of cold steel. Then I picked up a P320 compact, dropped in a few mags, and after the first few strings at the range, I knew this wasn't your average plastic pistol. It was something entirely different. The first thing that sold me was its modular fire control unit, which Sig absolutely nailed. The FCU is the serialized heart of the gun, and you can drop it into a full-size carry compact or even subcompact frame. I've run it across 3 different configurations depending on whether I'm carrying concealed or heading to a training course. You're basically getting multiple guns for the price of one, and that's not something you'll find on any traditional metal-framed platform. The trigger is clean and consistent. Mine breaks right around 6 pounds with a short reset that makes follow-up shots easy. It's not a competition trigger, but it doesn't need to be. It's exactly what I want from a carry or duty pistol: deliberate, smooth, and predictable. The factory cold hammer-forged barrel is another high point. It eats anything I feed it, keeps a tight group at 25 yards, and shows no signs of wear after thousands of rounds. That kind of longevity and precision usually comes in a heavier package, but here it's wrapped in lightweight polymer. One of the biggest surprises was the optics-ready slide. I mounted a Sig Romeo 1 Pro and never looked back. The cut is deep and solid, the mounting system is straightforward, and it co-witnesses perfectly with the suppressor height sights on my X-Series slide. After a few years of running the P320, I can say with confidence that it doesn't just keep up with metal-framed guns, it flat-out competes with them. It's tough, modular, accurate, and designed for real-world use. This isn't just a duty gun. It's a platform that adapts to how you shoot, not the other way around. CZ P10C. I've always had a soft spot for CZ. There's something about their craftsmanship that always stands out, whether it's their metal-framed classics like the CZ75 or their more modern designs. The P10C represents that finesse, and right from the get-go, it has the precision of a steel gun. One of the first things that struck me was the grip. Polymer pistols often have a reputation for feeling a little cheap, but that's not the case here. The textured polymer grip on the P10C is solid, providing just the right amount of traction without being overly rough. I've been on the range in every condition imaginable, sweating, rain, you name it, and the grip never slipped once. Plus, the 3 interchangeable backstraps let you dial in the fit, which makes the gun feel like it's tailored just for you. For a polymer pistol, it really gives you that custom, comfortable fit that I usually only get from high-end metal-framed guns. Then there's the trigger, and man, it's one of the smoothest I've ever felt on a polymer gun. No cap. CZ really knocked it out of the park with this one. The 5.5-pound pull is smooth, with a short reset that makes follow-up shots quick and accurate. I've used enough striker-fired pistols to know that a good trigger can make or break a gun, and the P10C has definitely got its trigger figured out. You'll feel the difference the moment you pull that trigger for the first time. Accuracy-wise, the cold hammer-forged barrel delivers. During rapid fire, I never felt like I was losing control. The gun stayed on target, shot after shot, and I was getting nice, tight groups even with faster strings of fire. That's not something I always expect from a polymer pistol, but the P10C proved me wrong. And let's not forget about the optics ready slide. CZ makes it easy to mount a red dot sight right out of the box, no extra work or fuss. For someone who's used to dealing with custom mounts, this was a pleasant surprise. Overall, the CZ P10C feels like it could handle anything a metal-framed pistol could. It's reliable, accurate, and most importantly, it's a ton of fun to shoot. If you're looking for a polymer gun that doesn't skimp on performance, this is it. Walther PDP. I remember the first time I picked up the Walther PDP. I was halfway through a weekend training course, sweaty, sunburned, and frustrated from fighting the trigger on another polymer pistol that shall not be named. A buddy of mine handed me his PDP with a red dot mounted and said, "Try this." I ran a mag through it and instantly knew Walther had cooked up something different. This wasn't just another striker-fired plastic frame. It had the kind of shootability and refinement that reminded me of tuning custom 1911s, except this one was half the weight, optics ready out of the box, and cost under $700. The first thing that floored me was the performance duty trigger. I've shot my share of striker guns, and they all tend to feel a bit spongy or vague. Not this one. The PDP's trigger has a clean wall, a glass rod break, and a short positive reset that's hard to miss. It pulls around 4.5 to 5 pounds, but it feels lighter because of how crisp and predictable it is. I was stacking rounds fast, tight, and consistent, and I hadn't even adjusted to the grip yet. Speaking of the grip, Walther really did their homework. The polymer frame is molded with aggressive ergonomics and comes with modular backstraps, which actually make a difference. It feels sculpted for control, especially paired with the super terrain serrations on the slide. Those raised ridges aren't just for show, they bite in when you're doing press checks or racking under stress. The slide is optic ready right from the factory and compatible with most major red dots, which saved me time and money trying to retrofit anything. As for accuracy, the polygonal rifled barrel and low-bore axis make this thing shoot like a laser. I ran it side by side with a full-size steel frame pistol, and honestly, the PDP held its own in every department, maybe even outpaced it in terms of speed and transitions. And recoil? It's flatter than most striker-fired guns I've shot, and that includes some ported and comped setups. Bottom line, the Walther PDP isn't just a great polymer gun, it's one of the few that made me rethink my attachment to metal frames. It's got the trigger, the fit, and the performance to go toe-to-toe with anything on the range or in the fight. HKV P9. The first time I ran the HKV P9, I didn't grab it off a shelf because it looked cool. I picked it up because I needed something that could handle high-volume classes and long days on the range without beating up my hands or falling short on reliability. I'd been running hammer-fired metal guns for years, and to be honest, I didn't think a striker-fired polymer pistol could give me the same control or feel. But after 1,500 rounds over a weekend defensive pistol course, I changed my mind. The VP9 didn't just keep up, it felt like a tool that was actually built to serve, not just sell. At first glance, the 4.09-inch barrel doesn't stand out, but it's cold hammer-forged with polygonal rifling, just like HK barrels have always been. It's tough, accurate, and has that classic German overbuilt vibe that tells you this thing was engineered to run hard. I ran bulk ammo, suppressed rounds, mixed magazines. It didn't matter. The gun cycled smoothly every time. And the trigger is definitely an awesome stock, considering that this is a striker-fired pistol. It breaks around 5.4 pounds, clean and predictable with a crisp reset that makes fast double taps feel natural. But where the VP9 really impressed me is its grip system. I've never seen anything quite like it. You get 3 backstraps and 6 side panels, and that gives you 27 possible grip setups. That kind of modularity isn't just a gimmick. It let me dial in the grip until it felt like a high-end 2011 frame in terms of fit and control. Combine that with the charging supports on the rear of the slide, basically polymer wings to aid in racking, and it made manipulations under stress a breeze, especially with gloves. My model was the newer optics-ready version, and I mounted a Holosun 507C directly with HK's plate system, so no more milling anymore. The stainless steel slide, with front and rear serrations, locks up tight and feels like it's gliding on rails. Fully ambidextrous controls, a 1913 rail, and that classic HK quality in a modern striker-fired platform. It's everything I needed and nothing I didn't. I've shot a lot of polymer guns, but few of them ever felt like a true alternative to steel, until I got behind the VP9. This pistol isn't just another option, it's a legitimate contender.